That clip is uncomfortably long.
That's a whole video. I think they go through every weapon in the game, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just killing Marcy Long?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
My favorite, because it used to be that she was a...
Oh, go back to my first story, the Prey story. The reason I got tangled up there is I realized it's like I was reading a direct quote, and it's one of those things where they've transcribed what somebody says, but it doesn't really scan. So can you like zip back on?
Oh, do you want to redo it?
No, I just want to read it to people.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was a major stumble, but I just realized that the sentence doesn't really scan as a written sentence. It's one of those things where you're sort of going through and sort of train of thought stuff.
Sure. One second.
I
can't connect to the prompter anymore.
All right, let me pull it up on the googly mooglies.
The googly mooglies. Yeah, so in the game, Marcy is a... oh, shoot. I still can't remember the term for it. Required...
She's, like, important.
Plot.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Plot relevant, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah.
in the game, Marcy's unkillable because she's like important to a plot or something. And what they did is they said that after a certain mission, she's no longer mission critical, so she can be killed. Essential. Thank you. So beforehand, people would deal with this. My favorite way of people dealing with this is that they would build like an outhouse in Sanctuary, like as far away from the settlement as possible, and tell her to get inside it, and then replace the door with a wall, and just trap her in there, away from everyone else so that she can be toxic and bitchy away from the rest of the Sanctuary, which I thought was great.
So here's what that quote was. We like the name. If you distill and take out everything you know about the previous game or the canceled game and just said the name Prey, it's a cool name. We think it really fits what it is that we're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Really fits what it is that we're making, which is
really fits what it is that we're making.
And I did not pay sufficient attention to how that was phrased.
That's fine. It sounded fine in the episode. So.
Wow.
Atlas
Atlas just announced the Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse DLC. Wait, why is there's a picture of the Demi-Fiend in there.
Oh yeah, from Nocturne.
Ah!
Shift over a little bit. Something from Lord Hosk here.
Apocalypse should not be a DLC.
No, it's a
Couldn't
whole.
you just
it's a
not
spin.
download it
No,
when the world is
Shin
fine?
Megami Tensei
Sorry,
Apocalypse.
I'm trying to read this before it scrolls off the screen.
Sorry.
I was sitting with little Lady Hosk,
Yeah.
which is age 7. That's the little Lady Hosk. She was reading me the book that was given to us to read. To her when she was in the hospital when she was 2. The book, The Little Engine That Could, was given to us by Child's Play.
Oh.
She gets to the end, flips it over, and sees the Purchased by Child's Play sticker, and says, "Dad, this year we get to support Desert Bus for other kids because I haven't been in the hospital in 2 years."
Aww.
It's very nice.
And then Lord Hosk says he cried for like an hour. That's so sweet. That's really, really sweet, Lord Hosk. Thank you for sharing that.
Now I don't want to talk about this because it seems.
Do it. What's
Okay, so Shin Megami Tensei 4 was a 3DS game, and it was. I mean, I love the Mega 10 series, and it was fine. It was not great. It was okay. It just wasn't what I was hoping for, which was a really, really good game. Because normally they're very high quality, and I found this one kind of confusing and not amazing. And then but they're like. There's Apocalypse, which they're like, this will be better. You'll like this better. It's set in the same setting, but it's got different characters, and it's not almost unfollowable even by our standards. And so they're like, to prepare, we're just announcing we're going to release DLC. From costumes to new quests, the DLC will enhance the demon hunting experience with a bunch of them coming for free.
That guy's not wearing a shirt.
Yeah. It says... That's the main character. It's like when you set up and examine yourself, you find that you're wearing swimming trunks for some reason. Okay. Beach DLC. New Cleopatra, which is probably a new demon, because that's not a demon. And then, but they're also, most relevantly, it's the Demi-Fiend, which is the hero from Shin Megami Tensei 3, aka the best Shin Megami Tensei game. Yes. So, all you Mega 10 fans.
Persona being a different stream of games.
Yeah,
Yes.
Persona is like Kingdom Hearts to Square Enix's Final Fantasy, right? like there's some crossover characters.
Right.
They're sort of related, but they're not.
Right.
They're in their own universe.
Well, because wasn't the first one like Shin Megami Tensei Persona?
Correct.
Yeah, and then it was Shin Megami Tensei Persona 2, and then I think it
they're
was
like,
just Persona 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's made by the same like.
No,
Right.
it's not a Demi-Fiend costume. It's the Demi-Fiend.
Yeah.
Like the guy from Nocturne is in the game now, it looks like. Anyway. Actually, could you bring your phone back and bring up the stories? Bring up the drive.
I had that document open. All right, so let's see. We did the tattoo thing, which was...
That's super weird.
I assume that when you get a tattoo, it's your tattoo. I assume that part of the reason you're paying the tattoo artist at some points... Wow, our checkpoint thing is not... It's a little bit...
Oh, I think it shifted when we moved around. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. There we go. I thought part of the reason what you were paying the tattoo artist for, and, you know, not that I think tattoo artists are overpaid. I think they're paid very appropriately for the fact that they're giving you permanent markings, was that you are paying them for their services and design, and like what you get is yours.
I think what you're paying them, it sounds like, as far as the law works, it sounds like the tattoo shop here is trying to make the argument that you're essentially paying for labor and a print, and
It's
that
like
they that they own the design.
You're like,
because they registered it. This is the thing. The reason it was thrown out is because they registered these designs with the U.S. Copyright Office after 2K began infringing, which was NBA 2K14. Right? So they're saying that they were infringing as far back as 2K14, but the tattoo shop didn't register the tattoos until 2015.
I mean, people are saying, like, that it depends if the tattoo artist actually designed the tattoo. Most tattoo artists design tattoos because very few of them will be like, yeah, you just want like something like slapped on your skin with no regard for how it's going to look on you, or like position or placement or anything like that.
That's interesting because while the copyright infringement thing was thrown out because the dates didn't work, they were like, well, you didn't register it until after 2K had started using it. So that the ones that they can act on, some of them, the tattoo shop licensed from other artists.
Because I mean, when you think about it, like, it's a weird situation. Like, if you went into a tattoo place and said, like, I want you to put Mickey Mouse on my chest, giant.
Right.
And then, so you got that. You wouldn't be, from what I understand, you wouldn't actually be liable for anything.
Right.
Or you wouldn't be violating copyright, you personally. The tattoo place might be violating copyright, and people who like take pictures of you would have to like blur that out.
Yeah.
Which actually is not a bad idea in terms of, you know, if you don't want the paparazzi to take pictures of you.
If an artist pays something on a piece of paper, they still have copyright over it. So I guess what the tattoo shop is saying, that the canvas the artist is painting on happens to be the skin that is attached to your physical person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like, well, I design my own tattoo. But like the thing is, like, the artist is going to work on, like, the artist, when they take your design, is probably going to change certain elements of it, like the way that, like, let's say, for example, you draw a sick dragon that you want to wrap around your arm. You can't just, like, right? The artist is going to need to change certain things so it looks right from different angles and stuff like that, because you're a three-dimensional canvas and you've drawn a two-dimensional thing.
Yeah.
So even if you design your tattoo, I feel like
the
under
artist
this,
has to do a lot,
the artist would have a significant cause to say, well, yeah, but I had to change the design to make it work.
Phoenix Melior? Close. In The Hangover, Mike Tyson is in the movie, and one of the jokes in The Hangover is that Ed Helms' character gets Mike Tyson's face tattoo. So Mike Tyson being in the movie, not a problem, but them using that design on Ed Helms, the artist who designed Mike Tyson's tattoo,
right,
settled with the movie company because he was like, whoa, that's my thing, and I put it on that guy, but not that guy. And so he sued the movie company that made The Hangover, and they settled it at court. Mm-hmm. So that was a...
I mean, honestly, the next time I get a tattoo, I'm probably not going to get a tattoo for a long time. I might actually say, I want you to sign away. I'll pay you more, but I want the rights to this tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Saying, Sigelia is saying, doing the tattoo wouldn't stop people taking pictures. There was a real lawsuit that was thrown out of court. You can't take pictures of me because of my tattoos. the thing like if somebody takes a picture of you and you're like, you can't do that, I have copyright on because my body is copyright. That doesn't work. The tattoo artist that did your tattoos, it's like you're not actually involved in the transaction.
Yeah.
It's between the tattoo artist and the person. You
literally are a piece of paper in this instance.
It's between the tattoo artist and the person who took the picture.
Yeah. Like someone mentioned CM Punk has a Pepsi tattoo. He has the Pepsi symbol on his shoulder.
Because he's legit straight edge, right?
Yeah. And so they can't use that tattoo when he's in video games. If they did, he is no part of that transaction.
Right.
Pepsi would go after the people making the game or the
for putting their
tattoo
logo
people
in.
or whatever. But he is literally the medium for the image. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
we
Prey
were right.
story?
We were right about
Did they
Prey.
just happen to have the name laying around?
They had the
and
name
it's
and they
cool
had a
name?
game and they went, hey, we're going to call that name Prey because we have the.
And they're both
What did-
space shooters.
What did Pete Hines say? Yes, they were both shooters involving space. Good enough.
Although if you've read any descriptions of like sort of early reveals of what Arcane is working on with new Prey, it sounds amazing and cool. It sounds nothing like old Prey, but it sounds really cool. So check that out.
Love you, Pete, if you're watching, by the way.
Yes.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. They took down those third-party apps so more people could have Pokemon Go. Now,
Well, it's also, of course, the timing then becomes clear because they were like, we really got to get it out in Brazil ASAP.
well, South America in general, right?
Yeah. I think they prefer the name Prey Classic.
But but that could be explained because one of the things was like they took down all these third-party things, but they didn't actually fix it in the game, where it was like that seems weird.
Well, because they've said that they're
working on it. They've said
they want to get the game out to all the different markets before they start fixing the problems.
I mean,
Right.
that makes sense, right? Because they're supposed there's people in South America getting progressively more and more annoyed that they couldn't play it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then obviously there's stuff
So
going on in
Anarin-
South America
Anarin's-
that had to get.
Anarin has said this a couple times. Niantic said that cutting off unauthorized API requests saved them resources and showed an unlabeled graph of traffic, but the same update also cut the refresh speed in half, and the drop on the graph was about half. So could you give me your sources for that? Because
I mean, that's what they said that's the reason. Of course, they could be lying. That's the reason.
obviously, I don't know why they would at this point.
But
It's finally saying something, finally actually communicating with people just to lie. It seems like you'd probably be better served just continuing to not communicate with people.
Honestly,
Yeah.
cutting like if you want to roll out the game to a lot more people, cutting the drag on the servers, which is certainly there's going to be like by dialing down the refresh rate of the game and preventing a lot of accounts because there's a lot of traffic to those sites from using it. Seems like it would free up some server cycles, right?
Newbie Spud, the game is available on Android.
probably not.
I guess not your Android?
Yeah, probably not like older Android OS or something.
I think Alex is playing it.
Timel Moth says, as a player of Black Desert, people are more pissed about the whole thing because we were repeatedly assured the game would never go pay to win than the actual implementation.
Right, and I cut this from the story because there's it's a really complicated monetization system the game has, because in Japan and Korea and Russia it's free to play. So they get money from people by selling them Dome currency, which is basically in-game gold, and you can trade that in for silver, which is other in-game currency, and blah blah blah. In North America and Europe, where I'm assuming, who said this?
T. Melmoth.
T. Melmoth is, you had to pay $50 for that game. So to have the game that you've already paid for be pay to win is incredibly insulting to the North American and European player base because they've already put in $50.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pay to win is something that's much more common in free to play MMOs, but that's super shitty for you.
Omega696, to your comment about Pokemon Go, how that there's no safety checks about having Pokemon appear in roads or down stabbing alleys. I can't speak to stabbing alleys,
Yeah,
but they don't appear in roads.
I don't think Google has a database of which are the stabbing alleys and which aren't.
But we've been playing it a lot, and I've never seen one appear in a road.
No.
I'm sure it could, but they have the map data. They know what is road and what isn't.
Yeah. Also, you can, if a Pokemon is across the street from you, you should be able to engage it in the the map.
At home we routinely get stuff from like the section of road that's like
Corner.
diagonally across.
Yeah, like we can kitty corner hit the next block.
And I guess if you like pointed at the road and activated the thing, it would show up.
It doesn't matter where you point; it's a range around you.
Yeah.
But like when you activate the thing to like make it show up for you, then it starts going like AR.
You
right?
can turn that. You can turn the AR off.
Yeah. But if you were doing the AR thing,
Yeah.
it could end up in the road.
It would be, but you would not have to go in the road.
Right.
To get the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just imagining.
Oh yeah. So that's exactly what Craddock is saying. Does your loading time not have a Pokemon in the middle of the road? Yeah. That's what Paul's saying, which is it appeared beside Corey, and she hit it on her phone, and with AR mode, then you sort of spin your phone around, and it.
So you could put the Pokemon in the road.
On the map, it was not in the road, and then you can, if you turn AR off and on, you can move where the Pokemon appears to look for funny screenshot purposes. I play with AR off because it's battery and it's easier to do and whatever. So you can make it look like it's in the road, but on the map where you actually encounter it, they don't spawn on roads.
They don't spawn on roads. They spawn pretty much in the middle of blocks. So it's if you can get halfway, like up a driveway or into a parking lot, you can grab the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people complain that you have to walk into like private property because they don't appear at the edge of the block. For example, that Lapras. A Lapras popped in the moon base. It was pandemonium. I just happened to pull out my phone and I was like, oh my goodness, there's a Lapras on the radar. And Heather was just coming in from the Loading Ready live shoot. And I was like, and she was like, oh, and I'm like, we should go look for this. And then just as I said that, it just popped. It was like I was like by the door of the moon base, and I was like, Lapras!
You were like, it's in the room.
It's in the room, and people were like, most people had to go to the back of the office to get it to go, but it was basically like everybody was like. Brrr.
I mean, the problem is.
I texted Ash, and she ran over here.
The problem is the accuracy on the GPS is like a couple meters. So if you don't want it to appear in the road, you have to have it appear like in the block, which obviously is not ideal because people may have to go there. But like you can't have it appear on the sidewalk. There's just not a big enough chunk there for them to reliably have it appear on a sidewalk. I was just thinking that I love the idea of
there's a Pokestop here in the Phoenix area that people cannot access legally.
Yeah. I love the idea, like in the that Google has all the stabbing alleys, and then
that's where they put all the really good Pokemon.
No. But then you can have, like when you're getting directions, you can get like the walking directions, and then it's like walking, but I'm okay with going through some stabbing alleys if it's faster.
Nice.
Then it's like okay, there's like a 10-minute one.
There are alleys.
There's a 10-minute one if you can go through this way.
Alleys are logged in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but those could be just regular alleys. We don't know.
What was next?
Clearly, we need to get OpenStreetMap people on this.
No Man's Sky.
A lot of people have asked on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, bummer." So I guess New Day Tuesday is having to be moved because No Man's Sky got pushed back again. No, the PC version is coming out on the 12th.
It's always been that way.
That's not a difference. They didn't clarify it as well as they could. The PS4 version is still coming out tomorrow. When we're done with this, remind me to start preloading it. So yeah, New Day Tuesday tomorrow is still going to be No Man's Sky, and I'm super pumped for it. And I don't see a problem with a patch. It's newsworthy because it changes so many things.
And because it's such a late patch that changed so many things, it made it so that they couldn't do the review copies.
Yeah.
Well, and they
It's
weren't
clear
sending
that-
out review copies, and then a lot of people who've been doing reviews have just like gone to retailers who are willing to break the embargo because there's people willing to pay for it early.
Right.
Yeah.
But the reason why they didn't send out review copies is the things that people have been reviewing is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So it's clear from the nature of the patch notes, and don't read the patch notes if you don't want like some minor spoilers. I realized from reading them that I actually
know nothing about the
know
game.
very little about how this game is structured, and I'm slightly even more excited now. The nature of the patch notes makes it clear that this is all things that they had planned but couldn't complete before Sony was like, you have to submit this for certification now. And so they went, okay, here's a complete copy for certification, and we're going to keep working on all these things and then get it actually finished in time.
Yeah, the stuff they did is not the kind of stuff you do in 2 weeks.
No, exactly.
Like for instance, they rebalanced like 1,000 of the like different things you can pick up.
Yeah.
It's just like obviously it's stuff they've been working on. They took a build just so they could get it for the certification. But
the game's reminding me more and more of Spore. Really? The game's reminding me more and more of Escape Velocity. Which,
Yeah, that's
which
what
is,
it makes me
for
think
me is
of.
really exciting.
And
then-
Leland Yee.
So yeah, this I
We
saw
talked
this
about this back in 2014.
the April 24th episode 146, which because I in my head I was like, the story came up that he was sentenced for weapons trafficking, and I was like, that's crazy. And then I was like, wait,
Why wouldn't we have talked about this?
we must have talked about this. We must have talked, and I went looking to see if I could pull up like last time we heard about Leland Yee, right, like in ENN or Checkpoint or something, if we'd reported on it before. And then I pulled up an old episode, and it mentioned the arrest for weapons trafficking, and I went, we reported on this before, but it was over 2 years ago. And so I went and watched it, and it's in the intro to the episode. It's just like, you know, and like he was arrested for weapons trafficking while we were away for a week. No. And then I said he and Jack Thompson can sit around and trade disbarment stories. And
That's very funny.
so that's why we mentioned that it was a follow-up. Yeah, he's now been sentenced. He said to the judge, he was like, please take into account, you know, all the great things I have done in service of the public interest over the years, and not just these crimes that I committed. And the judge went, no, you took bribes while you were in office. What the fuck, man? And
I did lots of things that weren't selling guns.
Yeah.
Why does nobody ever talk about those things?
Yeah. So he got 5 years in prison, which is importantly distinct from jail. And
Really?
yeah, prison is worse.
Oh,
Federal prison.
good for him.
So anyway, yeah, court cases take a long time. Actual quote from the judge? No, I can't remember what the actual quote was, but it's basically like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Well, meh. Womp womp.
All right, stories
and then,
that we...
stories that we didn't do. We have a performance art piece for you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Let me pull it up here. All right, Graham. Mm-hmm. Do you want to be...
You want me to be the bro or the developer?
I'd like to be the bro.
Okay. So this is a
If you go, there's the imager link. There's the whole thing all in one piece.
which is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a conversation between German indie developer Roman Ulig, who recently had his multiplayer game 12 Orbits added to Steam Greenlight.
And then there's no way to make this funnier by talking about it, so we're just gonna do this. Like, think of this as like the Checkpoint version of the Rick and Morty courtroom transcript.
This is a text conversation.
All right. End scene.
Hi, bro.
Hi.
Bro, I am a YouTuber. I can help for you to promote your game if you want. Tell. Bro, I am a YouTuber.
Well, what do you mean with promote? Looking at your channel, it does not look like local multiplayer games are your thing, but you can certainly play it if you want to.
I can promote on my channel. I can make video of our game and upload it on my channel.
Sure, you can do that.
Bro, that means a sponsored video. Bro, I also need help, man.
And what would you charge for such a sponsored video on your channel?
Only $20.
Well, that's still like $1 per view.
Means per view you will give me money?
It means that this is what you are charging based on math.
Yeah, per view $1. Bro.
I'm glad you added bro. I was kind of taken aback by that figure, but you know how to really soften the blow.
What?
Bro, how often do you manage to sell these sponsored videos?
I will make many a video about our game. I will try to make group on Steam, and I will tell my friends to download this game. Bro, can you send our game link?
I give you 10 seconds to name the game we are talking about.
What? Bro, I need link. I know the game name. Game is 12 Orbits.
That took a while. Had you known that before, you might have known that you can get it for free.
Okay. So are you ready to give me a sponsor video?
Bro, do you even promo?
Yeah.
Louder.
Yeah, I know. So are you ready? When our game is completed, then tell me I make video.
Bro, the game is completed. You gotta know this stuff. That's why I made you look up the name.
The name is 12 Orbits. But I cannot download from Steam. I want to download for Android.
Where it is available for free.
Android and iOS.
Also on Android with a lowercase a, because they typed it both ways. Google will fix that for you. Same for iOS.
Bro, when you released for Steam?
You messaged me because you saw my post in a Facebook Greenlight group, didn't you?
Bro, listen, if I make video and I got 100 views on that video, can you give me $100 because I take per views as $1?
Well, you're becoming quite the businessman. Wait a second. I have to search for that meme. You know which meme.
Bro, I'm serious because I take $1 per view. I got so many view, you can pay me. If you not pay me, then I go in loss.
The developer then posts an image macro of, "You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!"
Because I will make video tomorrow. Means you are not doing to me the sponsorship video. Tell.
Please refer to the picture above for further advice.
Bro, that picture means you are not doing the sponsorship video with me.
There's probably another meme I should be posting right now.
And that's it.
And scene.
And scene.
Somebody.
Boy, that was actually hard to read because of the very, very poor grammar. I feel like
Yeah.
this is a 12-year-old who feel like they're
I
not
can
in a
promote
major
your
s-
game for you.
I'm pretty sure also not English as first language.
Probably not, no. What can I
But-
do against such reckless memes?
So, I like so going through all this process apparently gets an average of 20 views on videos
Yeah.
because that's what he was like.
He's like, "Oh, like pay me $20," and the guy's like, "So that's like $1 per view that you get?" And the guy's like, "Yes, $1 a view, perfect."
yes. He's like mentally doing the math, like, oh shit, I'm gonna be rich.
I can make $100 if I tell my friends to watch this video multiple times.
Yeah. Can we have a link to that? Yes, it is on
Imgur?
Kotaku.
And it's a Kotaku.
If you search for "a bro in the life of a greenlight developer," that's the article on Kotaku that links to the story.
So I have no idea what that game is. The 12 was it
12 orbits.
12 orbits? I don't know actually
It's
what
like
that
a
game
local
is.
multiplayer game.
I'm
It
kind
sounds
of
like
inclined
would-
to try it out now.
It
though.
sounds like it'd be perfect for like crossing the street
And then
or
maybe
something.
we can make some sweet cash. You know, $100 per view.
Earthen One says, "I can promote gaming talk show."
$1 per view seems like a great deal.
Yeah. That sweet click.
Hell, we'll do it like 50 cents per view.
Oh, whoa, such bargains.
Yeah.
So I saw someone mention that bottom story. I saw someone mention in chat, "Are you going to report on this next week?" Probably not. We were looking at it for this week. That there's a fan-made Metroid 2 remake called AM2R, which is another Metroid 2 remake, is the acronym, because it's the 30th anniversary of Metroid, which people are noting Nintendo is not making a big deal out of, despite like Mario, Zelda. They're
And
not.
there was even the year
Pokemon.
of Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
And
Samus is cool. Why
mean,
didn't she get something?
part of the reason for not reporting on it was sort of like we had better stuff to report on, and part of it is that
It's already been taken down, hasn't it?
has it? That's the thing. I don't know I don't know if it'll still be live by the time it's.
Like this
Like-
remake looks sick.
These things always get taken down, and it always sucks. But
I mean, I'm a little bit more optimistic about this one because they have been working on it for like, and they've like been releasing stuff and like been fairly public about it. Also, it's up on like torrent sites and stuff. So even if it does go down, like on the website,
It will never truly
it
die.
will never truly go away.
that's good.
But yeah, it is a shame. Some people are saying that if it does go down, you know, that hopefully it will be like released as open source or something. But it seems like a pretty sweet. From everything I read about it, it's actually like super super great. So saying like if you are a new, you know, relatively recent Metroid person, but if you like Metroid Fusion was basically like in some ways was the official like next, you know, the official version of what this is, and that, like it was basically taking it back to the like Metroid 2 era. And so if you like Metroid Fusion, you'll probably like this.
Yeah, this looks like an amazing remake.
The game is 30 years old. How is it still under copyright?
The game itself, not necessarily,
Well,
but the characters.
Yeah,
And
Metroid.
the name Metroid.
Metroid 2 is not 30 years old, obviously, but also that doesn't. If you keep using the characters, that doesn't. You keep.
So the level designs and their like powers aren't copyrighted, but the fact that like Metroid also, I mean, it looks like they may actually be like using some of the sprites and stuff.
Welcome, Wolven Keen. Keen? Kine? I'm not sure. Just saying, I can't believe I'm actually seeing this. So excited. I always am doing something, so I never get to see Checkpoint live. Well, hey, welcome.
Hooray!
What else?
That was it, really.
Well, no, there was other stories that we didn't report on.
1 second.
Are you even catching anything good?
No.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable has an amazing box.
Oh yeah, the box art for the physical copy of the Stanley Parable looks like Microsoft Office. Which is
it's very well done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, remember how last week we reported on that Overwatch thing and that it was solved in 4 hours and you guys were...
That part of it was solved in 4 hours.
Well, days later, Overwatch fans can't figure out the Sky Code mystery.
Yeah, the rest of it turns out it gets really hard.
Yeah, and even like the Game Breakers or like whatever the group is, it is like devoted to solving ARGs just because they like solving ARGs is like...
My favorite part is, this one started with there's another video and there's some code in the Tracer's just behind her, like in the motion thing of her going past.
Yeah, and it was a
so they got it, and it
turned out it was a salted hash, so they need a password to decrypt it.
Right, and so then they were looking for in the background there were some arrows that they thought might be a compass, and then but the best part is that. Then there was a developer Q&A thing, and somebody was like, "Hey, what's with the can you tell us anything about the compass from the things?" And the guy's like, "I don't know. That sounds like that's some CIA stuff. That's way over my head." And then in the game there was a thing in the sky box. So the guy was actually giving a hint.
Wow.
There's this new pattern in the skybox that nobody has seen before. That is another code, but they still don't know what it is.
That's amazing.
So people have been working on this for 3 days, which is an eternity in internet ARG solving time.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
There's some people are working on what it would take basically to do a StarCraft. Bot, not a StarCraft bot, but to have a computer play StarCraft in the same way as chess or Go or whatever, right?
Wow.
It seems very involved.
So many more decision trees.
Well, yeah, and they're saying that actually StarCraft is actually a really good game for basically if you could make an AI that would be beat a master human player at StarCraft, the kinds of things that the AI would have to do would be very. You would be getting very close to sort of real, sort of human cognition type stuff. Of course, the joke being that's they've been making StarCraft, computer players fine. They just have to make it, horribly cheat, and have infinite resources or build stuff way faster than everybody else, like they do in those games.
If you make a pro player, you gotta have it drink Hot Six and be sponsored by Razer.
Exactly.
I think that was all the stories we looked
I think
at.
that was all of them.
All right.
So we should welcome some people.
Tap Unleash. Yeah, James told me that it unlocks at 9 p.m. He texted me. He's like, "Hey, No Man's Sky actually unlocks at 9 p.m. So 24-hour stream." And I was like, "Don't you put that voodoo on me, James. I have to go home and help care for a child." I am, however, streaming it tomorrow, and
it's basically one of those.
It'll probably be longer than 3 hours.
It's probably one of those. Do you want to we can plan the day so you can get up and start streaming before noon.
I mean, we said the stream starts at noon, so if I start sooner than that, some people will probably be annoyed.
But if it's gonna be one of those kicked open the door and make way for me.
Blam.
This may be the only time that Graham's been in a position where he's like, I wish I could start things before noon.
I know.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. The someone on Twitter was like, is it gonna be the hard 3 hours? Are you gonna go for longer? And I was like, it's probably gonna.
I mean, New Day Tuesday is sort of designed
it's meant
that
to be open-ended,
it can go longer.
And someone said, have fun telling your daughter, sorry, Daddy's a spaceman now and has to go and name. No, Daddy's an astronaut and has to go name space dinosaurs.
That means you'll never have a day. No, it's okay. The Olympics are on. And as I was telling Penelope this morning, as I was changing her diaper, Penelope, it's a very special time. The Olympics are on, which means you can watch as much TV as you want. And
she doesn't really process television.
Once every
She's
two-
9 months old.
But you're not supposed to let children watch TV before a certain age because it just sort of overwhelms their brain. And I've been very good about not parking her in front of the TV, even though it would make my life a lot easier some of the time, right? However, the Olympics are on, and I want to watch the Olympics, and her brain is not going to get rotted by watching like rowing eights.
Right. Once every 2 years, you can watch the TV.
Perfect.
Or in this case, watch the CBC streams. Can I just say, as a proud Canadian, I am so happy. The CBC is amazing. The CBC gets better every Olympics.
They did this at the last ones too, but my favorite thing is that you can watch anything you want. Because they have a whole bunch of they have their main coverage, and you can watch that stream, right? But because they have the broadcast rights, they just have every event. They don't all have commentary. In fact, very few of them have commentary. But you can just go and watch live every single event. It's like, what's on right now? Oh, archery? I never get to see archery. Let's watch that. Cool. Skeet shooting. Did you know that's an Olympic sport? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. So anyway, I think it's neat.
Those skeets had it coming.
Yeah, little clay pigeons. How dare they?
Yeah. So anyhow, it's great. So if you are a Canadian and you care about watching sporting events, which I like to watch the Olympics when they happen. I know the IOC is big and evil and terrible, but I like the idea. Like when we were watching the Olympics, for example, yesterday we were watching the women's 3-meter synchronized diving, which seems like a real bullshit sport to me, but whatever. And you have to dive at the same time and do the same dive as somebody else for, I don't know, some reason. I mean, it's cool to watch, but it's silly. But the story was the Canadians came fourth. The Australians who came third couldn't believe it. And the Italian, one of the team members who came second, they won silver. And she was so happy because this was her 5th Olympics and her first medal. And that's great.
That's 20 years.
It's just for human interest stories.
Yeah.
So anyhow.
Someone was saying that NBC streams stuff as well, which is sweet, but you have to have cable.
In Canada, you don't.
Because it's our national broadcaster that has it.
So you can, if you want to watch the Olympics on your TV, you
have to be Canadian.
You download the Rio 2016 app from CBC.
Or
it has
to think you're in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just watch the Canadian footage.
I didn't say anything. A couple people in the chat talking about No Man's Sky. They're like, I want to wait to play it myself, but I want to watch you play it, but I'm worried about spoilers.
This is the problem?
I feel like there's definitely going to be this. Again, I know very little about how the actual gameplay is going to go. I feel like this is going to be one of those games where there's definitely a lot to experiencing it yourself the first time, but I don't actually feel like there's going to be spoilers per se.
There is like a story.
Yeah, I which I didn't know, to be honest. But,
so there is a story, but clearly, your personal progression through the story will be quite different. I don't know that I'll be
doing a lot of story-related stuff.
A lot of farting.
Some people are asking how I'm going to be naming things. I don't know. I'll probably name things after subs or something.
We'll work out a system.
We'll figure it out. Anyway,
name everything Turnip.
Nice.
That was our Pokemon plan.
That seems like it'd be hard to track. Yeah.
All right. Anything else in the docs? That's all of the stories.
Speaking of subs, should we welcome the subs?
Yeah. Somebody want to actually.
Let's welcoming begin.
There we go. Actually, could you put the chat up? All right. So I can't see the things that you guys read, and I'll do the phrases. The phrases that paises.
Okie dokie. Let's see if this works. Lance Cross for 31 months.
Says, this subscription was not brought to you by Pokemon Go.
Croco King for 19 months.
Welcome back.
Ryson for 35 months.
Thank you, Ryson.
Almost 3 years.
Wow.
Nathan Longhair. Gralene clicks to the door.
With a 10-month resub.
10 months.
Mad Commander Mo for 17 months.
Vove for all.
Vove.
Thank you.
Foxmar 320, 27 months. Birthday sub hype. Lure Horn. Vove you all.
Thank you, Foxmar.
Zethras for 4 months.
Nakradzum streamer. I can't pronounce this. I'm so sorry, Zethras.
Richard Erman, new subscriber.
Welcome to the channel, Richard Erman.
J. Wiley 129 for 2 years. Thank you.
24 months. Says, I've been running for 2 years and haven't stopped. Somebody send help. Thank you, J. Wiley.
Fuzzy Fozzy 28 months.
CP Hype LRR awesome. Thank you, Fuzzy Fuzzy.
This is very long.
Hiding from username aliens.
Thank you. Welcome to the channel.
Havoc 4 for 31 months.
I continue to hurtle into the unknown future, says Havoc 4.
Katniss Bot for 13 months.
Hey, GM, going to the go-home show for SummerSlam. Should I bring a wrestling will continue until morale improves sign? Yes.
I Am Clockwork for 27 months.
No Man's Sky soon.
Featuring me, 3 months.
People don't understand that in my culture it is very offensive to read this sentence out loud.
Lee Linkman for 22 for 2 months.
Thank you for always making my day. You guys rock.
Spoopifer for 20 months.
Floats unobtrusively in the back of the room. Thank you.
Ace of Hearts for 14 months.
Hey, it's been a while because I was working evenings. Glad to be in chat again. Welcome back, Ace of Hearts.
Tino Didrikson, 10 months.
I wonder if this works. Have a koala. I think it worked.
Libixani for 4 months.
Annie is fine. Thanks for all the laughs.
Moose-filled cat for 22 months.
Post-Gen Con decompressing to checkpoint. Thank you. Welcome.
Lord Crusher for 10 months.
Says, please continue the funny business.
Will do. Augmenting Path, 13 months.
Spoop 13 months hype creepy.
Ego Terrorist for 2 months.
For haircuts. Oh, good. Thank you.
E Kimmy Kimmy 3000.
31-month resub.
Or it's just E Kimmy Kim.
Yeah.
Bog Denzel for 2 months.
Points? Check.
Andrew Robeson, a new Patreon supporter. Yay! Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Space Carl for 8 months.
Says, I did the thing.
DJ Cantrip, a new subscriber.
Welcome, DJ Cantrip. Thank you.
Vanquisher for 31 months.
Says, No Man's Sky is coming out. Everything is fine.
Someone, no not you, 22 months.
Says, words, words, words. Thank you. Thank you,
That's it.
everyone. I think, not sure if DJ Cantrip is was said before, or just recognized the name from chat. But thank you very much. Happy birthday, Foxmar.
Yeah,
That's
happy
a sort
birthday
of,
to our
That's a sort of blow past that.
yeah, one of our hardworking, extremely dedicated mods. Thank you so much for
Zethros, if you have a... I'm sorry to cut you off. If you have a translation of what your thing said in German, then yeah. Oh, I think I missed my thank you. Oh, Lee Linkman. Yes, but thank you. Because you said thank you to us.
Aw.
You said we rock, and I appreciate that. Perhaps it is you who rocks. Oh, yeah, right. Spoopifer floats unobtrusively in the back of the room.
Spoofer hides our secret shame.
Yes.
Yes,
As
but-
in plugs.
There's an electrical outlet and an Ethernet jack there.
Yep.
So I was saying, happy birthday to Foxmar, one of our hardworking mods, and thank you to all of our mods who do a really great job.
Yeah, big ups.
Yeah.
Big ups to mods
Oh, my
in
God.
particular.
To the hardworking
But
mods
Foxmar especially today.
and the mods who aren't that hardworking.
I spent some time moderating the... I spent some time watching the Pro Tour, the Magic Pro Tour this weekend, and Loading Ready Run is a mod in that chat. So I sort of feel obliged to do a little bit of moderation while I'm watching, if I'm sitting at my computer. And, man, that's not a fun time for mods. So I just love our whole chat, and it's thanks to our mods that's able to happen. I know I don't know if Dix is around, but he was in there as well, and woof. By the way, calling the mods Nazis is like not helping your cause.
No.
Just pro tip.
Yeah. It's like, what? You ban me after I make a racist comment? You Nazis.
It's true. The Nazis were known for being very...
Very intolerant of racism.
Yeah, very anti-racist comments in chat.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it.
That's it.
Okay. So tonight, later today, in fact, in 4 hours' time, a little under 4 hours, is Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, where Ian is...
Ian is going to be... We've got two actual, not fry things, but two food things.
I can't remember what Ian's doing.
Ian's making tonic water.
Right. Ian's making a tonic water, and
Yes.
Kate is going to be making a guest appearance decorating cookies.
Yes, this is. She was going to do this last
2 weeks
week
ago,
or
we got
2 weeks
sick.
ago.
She was
when
really sick.
But yeah, so and Ian's going to be making tonic water, not just like club soda, but
Well, with like
flavored.
the quinine and stuff.
I think he's got it. I don't know what he's got, but
This is very exciting.
so as we all know, using the Tinker Tailor Solder Fry you know, the watch phrase, which is ever forward, never learning.
Yes.
I'm sure that the tonic water will be suitably tonic,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It will be a tonic.
Yeah. And then
Hopefully, it will also still be
Square
water.
Dot Cube says tonic and cookies, a warrior's meal.
and then tomorrow, starting at noon Pacific, unless I
Graham
come in
will be
earlier,
here until he dies.
No Man's Sky for PS4. Very excited.
Do you want me to just like come by and bring you water and snacks so you can stay hydrated and fed?
I should really like.
Should we get a bedpan?
I should bring in some like trail mix or something. Lay in provisions. So,
All right.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching.
I mean, I priced out bedpans as part of that Loading Ready Live segment.
Oh yeah.
They're like $18.
Oh, that doesn't seem so bad.
I don't know what segment that is, and I'm okay with that.
It was the Showcase Showdown.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh. There it is.